To commence with the name of Almighty Allah, the most gracious and merciful. Assalamu alaikum. I am Ali Hassan. Welcome to my YouTube channel Dr. Foodie. Today we will discuss about micronutrients. In the micronutrients, we will discuss vitamins and minerals. First of all, let's rewind some definitions like what are micronutrients. As we have discussed in our previous videos where we have discussed macronutrients, so depending upon the amount of required of nutrients in the body, we have classified nutrients into two broad categories: macronutrients and micronutrients. Macro were those who are required in large amounts like carbohydrates, proteins and fats, while micronutrients are equally important as micronutrients, but their amount of in the body is relatively low as compared to macronutrients. That's why we term them micronutrients. And in that class, first class of micronutrients is vitamins. Let's discuss what are vitamins. So vitamins are the vital organic dietary substances. One thing is here to understand, these are organic in nature, vital organic dietary substances. Then vitamins are defined as organic compounds occurring in small quantities but necessary for growth, reproduction and maintenance of good health in human beings. That is the definition of vitamins. First of all, we must know these are organic compounds and they are required in small quantities. That's why we have classified them in micronutrients. Then their importance: they are necessary for growth, reproduction and maintenance of good health in human beings. That is like a brief definition of vitamins. Vitamins may occur in its active form in the food or as a precursor compound which can be changed into its active form in the body. So the two forms of vitamins can be like either in active form already, or some actions they need to be changed into its active form. So precursor form is inactive form and active form is already like thiamine, riboflavin, etc. Now there is a fact like most of the vitamins are not synthesized in body and must be supplied through diet. Yes, vitamins are mostly like intake in the form of food. Some food, we will see some sources of vitamins, and you will see different food groups are there that deliver sufficient amount of vitamins. So they are not synthesized in the body and we need to intake them in the form of food. Next comes the classification of vitamins. So vitamins are classified into two groups on the basis of their solubility into the fat and water. So depending upon the solubility of the vitamins, they can be categorized into two groups. Some of vitamins are fat soluble and some are water soluble. These are the two categories of vitamins. Have a look on vitamins which are fat soluble. So here you can see vitamin A, D, E, K. Four vitamins are there which are fat soluble, and vitamin B complex and C are two like major vitamins, broad categories of vitamins. These are water soluble. So these are the two types or of classifications of vitamins depending upon their solubility. Now we'll see the basic difference between fat soluble vitamin and water soluble vitamins. So first of all, their difference of solubility, like fat soluble vitamins are obviously soluble in fat, while water soluble vitamins are soluble in water. And fat soluble vitamins include A, D, E, K, and B complex and C are the water soluble vitamins. Number third, they can be absorbed in the presence of fat, while water soluble vitamins need water to be dissolved, need water to be dissolved. Then number four, the amount of fat soluble vitamins not utilized can be stored in the body, while the amount of water soluble vitamin not utilized are excreted in the urine. This is the reason why water soluble vitamins are very important. Like they need to be intake in the body regularly, because body do not retain them. The excess amount of water soluble vitamins are not stored in the body, but they are just excreted through excretory system, while like on contemporary side, fat soluble vitamins, like if they are excess than normal, they are stored in the body. So if we not intake them after like uh, after one boost dosage of vitamins, so it's okay. Body can utilize the stored resources of fat soluble vitamins. So this is the key difference between these two. The last one is, not much of fat soluble vitamins are lost in cooking procedures because they are fat soluble vitamins and their thermal stability is high, while water soluble vitamins are lost in normal cooking procedures. So in the vitamin categories, although all the vitamins are very important, but for mostly due to these conditions, water soluble vitamins are more important. Like they should be we should be we should take serious the water soluble vitamins source in the body. So these are the conditions that make them more critical as compared to fat soluble vitamins. So these are the difference between these two types of vitamins. So in this classification, we'll discuss all of the types of vitamins one by one. And the first classification type, fat soluble vitamins, we'll discuss them first. So as we know, there are four fat soluble vitamins: A, D, E, K. So we'll start with vitamin A. First of all, vitamin A. Vitamin A is found in plants in the form of beta carotene. So this is the form of vitamin A, and in animals it is in the form of retinol. It is found in all yellow, orange fruits and vegetables. Beta carotene is called a precursor of vitamin A, and we know what is precursor. Precursor is the inactive form of any vitamin. So beta carotene is a precursor form of vitamin A, and beta carotene is the precursor form in plants, while animals contain vitamin A in the form of retinol. So this is about vitamin A. Here there is the brief description of sources, functions and deficiency of vitamin A. So in the sources, plants and animal sources are there. In plants, it is found in yellow and orange fruits and vegetables like mango, papaya, carrots and pumpkin. And green leafy vegetables, fenugreek, spinach, coriander and drumsticks are another sources of plant sources of vitamin A. In animal sources, milk and milk products deliver vitamin A. Fortified banaspati ghees, liver meat, egg yolk also contain vitamin A. Fishes are very good source of vitamin A, and fish liver oil also provide vitamin A, which is another animal source of vitamin A. So have a look on what are the functions of vitamin A. First of all, in the vision process, vitamin A is very important. It is necessary in the maintenance of good vision, because in the vision process it plays a critical role in opson and rhodopsin making, that are the cells in eye cells that detect eye. It is essential for growth of skeletal and soft tissues, protects body from infection, support normal functioning of reproductive system in both males and females. So you can see here vitamins are very important. Like vitamin A, you can see all four functions are very critical. Any of them is not we cannot take them as lightly, to be compromised, but they are very important. So they are very important role play in the body. So have a look on deficiency symptoms of vitamin A. First one and the prominent one is night blindness, then xerophthalmia, conjunctival xerosis, Bitot spot, corneal xerosis, then keratomalacia, reduced resistance to infection, severe deficiency causes blindness and skin becomes rough. These are the deficiency symptoms of vitamin A. Next, micronutrient, fat soluble vitamin is vitamin D. Vitamin D is formed in skin by action of ultraviolet rays from the sun. Our skin consists of a substance called 7-dehydrocholesterol, which gets converted into vitamin D in our body in the presence of sunlight. So this is the only vitamin, one and only vitamin that body produce itself in the presence of light. And not all types of lights are able to produce vitamin D, but only ultraviolet light. And for the sake of information, an extra point we must know, there is no need to sit all the day in the sunlight just for the sake of synthesizing vitamin D. But this happens like ultraviolet rays only radiate from the sun on the starting of the day. So that time, that hours are very important for the sake of vitamin D senses in the body. So sun rising time is very important for that purpose. So it is like synthesized from the substance that is 7-dehydrocholesterol. Again, there is a table 4.8 that tells about sources, functions, and deficiency of vitamin D. So plant source of vitamin D is vitamin D, it is not found in plant food, and natural source is only sunlight. While animal source is fortified naspati ghee, egg yolk, fish, and fish liver oil. Functions of vitamin D, it plays very important role in absorption of calcium from digested food. So we know what is the importance of calcium. Calcium is very important for bone structure, for teeth structure. So if there is deficiency of vitamin D, not enough calcium will be absorbed into the body from the food, and there will be weak bones and dull surface of teeth in that person. Secondly, vitamin D plays important role in mineralization and calcification of food. Mineralization and calcification. Mineralization means the incorporation of minerals calcium, iodine, potassium, sulfur, like that. And calcification is incorporation of calcium into the bones. So the both processes are important in strengthening the bone structure. The skeletal network strengthening phenomena, mineralization and calcification, and both are done due to vitamin D. So deficiencies are rickets and osteomalacia. Rickets is child it is visible in children. It is impairment of calcification functions. Bones and skulls become soft and fragile. Bowing of legs, swelling of wrist, knees, and ankle joints, restlessness, nervous irritability. So these are the symptoms of rickets. And we know, as we have discussed in the functions of vitamin D, it assists calcification and mineralization, and if there is no enough vitamin D, there will be lack of these functions, and these functions, if these functions are not happening normally, the structure will be weak and fragile. That if happens in the children will cause rickets, and if happens in the adults, it will cause osteomalacia, that is second deficiency disease. And bone malformation is a symptom of osteomalacia. So this is all about vitamin D, its sources, functions, and deficiency. Here are again some sources of vitamin D: A, E, and K. Number third, vitamin E. Vitamin E designates a group of compounds called tocopherols, which act as antioxidants. So this is not a single vitamin, but it is a group of compounds which are collectively known as tocopherols, and they are very important antioxidants. Antioxidants are like the compounds that that act to control oxidation. Mostly the oxidation process happens in fats and less in carbohydrates, and the substances or the compounds that control or prohibit that oxidation are known as antioxidants. So vitamins are major antioxidants in the body. 4.9 table describes sources, functions, and deficiencies. So plant sources of vitamin E are cereals, pulses, black gram, green gram, Bengal gram, Green leafy vegetables, nuts and vegetable oils, these are plant sources of vitamin E. While meat, egg and dairy products are animal sources of vitamin E. Functions of vitamin E in the body. So, for the production, reproduction, and to maintain fertility and potency, vitamin E is very important. And vitamin E act as antioxidant, as we have discussed earlier. They prevent oxidation in the lipids and maintain stability and integrity of cell membrane. So, for the structural stability of cell, to strengthen the cell membrane, vitamin E is very important, because vitamin, like membrane contains membrane is lipid bilayer, so many lipids are there and they can be oxidized. To prevent that oxidation, vitamin E is required, so that antioxidant property make them very effective against for cell membrane stability. So these are the functions of vitamin E. Now we'll see what are the deficiency symptoms of vitamin E. So first of all, its deficiency reduces fertility. And what are the symptoms? Reduces fertility, causes impotency, premature aging, muscular dysfunction, liver damage, weakness in heart muscles. So these are all the symptoms that tells the body is deficient in vitamin E. So we should know what are the sources of vitamin E. We need to select some food items from these food groups that are the sources of vitamin E, both from plant and animal sources, just to keep ourselves in the full or adequate amounts of vitamin E, to avoid deficiency of vitamin E. The last fat soluble vitamin is vitamin K, and it is also often known as coagulation vitamin, because it helps in coagulation of blood. That's why it is known as coagulation vitamin. Vitamin K is available in plants as well as in animal food having similar biological activity. So independent of source of vitamin, it performs same function. It has similar biological activity. It is widespread and also synthesized by some useful bacteria. So many bacteria are there that can also produce vitamins other than plant and animal sources. 4.10 table describes sources, functions and deficiency of vitamin K. So plant sources of vitamins are green leafy vegetables like tomatoes, cauliflower, and then soybean oil. While animal sources are egg yolk, milk, organ meat like liver, and physiological are, as we have discussed, synthesized by bacteria in the intestinal tract. So we also contain some prebiotics, some microbiota in our gut that can also synthesize vitamin K. That is a physiological source of vitamin K. So as we know, this is a coagulation vitamin, so it helps in blood clotting. Where there is a wound or there is cut in the body, it just make a clot. And what are the deficiency symptoms? So hemorrhage is deficiency symptom of vitamin K. What are the symptoms? It reduces the clotting tendency of blood. Continuous bleeding from the wound and cuts may occur. So if there is no active clotting in the body, normal clotting of the body due to inadequate amounts of vitamin K, that can lead to the deficiency state, that is hemorrhage. So this is all about vitamin K. So here you can see the deficiencies, symptoms, and their diagrams are there relevant to A, D, E, K vitamins. So for vision, vitamin A is required. For the bone strengthening and teeth and skeletal firmness, we need vitamin D. And for clotting and to avoid hemorrhage, we need vitamin K. So these are all fat soluble vitamins, vitamin A, D, E and K.